Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I think we found the modern day Hogwarts and the reason behind what we are being made to perceive in modern day entertainment, society, finance, etc. But first, the setup tricky part. Remember my theory that the book of Revelations was not inspired at all, but was simply a blueprint of a particular faction of evildoers in plain sight? Well, I think I have concrete evidence of this, and I think we have discovered the blueprint mechanism they have already unleashed upon the world. What I mean is, even though not one mention, not one scripture, nor context of a one world government or a one world religion is mentioned in the entire Old Testament, the world seems to be on a collision course with the events only mentioned in the book of Revelations. Hence, why I decry it's a blueprint. Saying that, let's take a look at how they intend on manifesting their desires, shall we? Oh yeah, I will be building a case for this theory. It should go slow at first, but maybe not. But definitely, it will be painstakingly clear to you by the middle of the last video in this series. So listen up. According to Wikipedia under Waldorf education, that's W-A-L-D-O-R-F education, quote, Waldorf education, also known as Steiner education, is based on the educational philosophy of Rudolf Steiner, the founder of theosophy. Its pedagogy, which means method of teaching, emphasizes the role of imagination in learning, striving to integrate holistically the intellectual, practical, and artistic development of pupils. Stop. Okay, according to Wikipedia under anthroposophy, and that's A-N-T-H-R-O-P-O-S-O-P-H-Y. Quote, anthroposophy is a philosophy founded by Rudolf Steiner that postulates, listen to this now, the existence of an objective, intellectually comprehensible spirit world that is accessible by direct experience through inner development. Stop. Bingo! What they just described was the introduction to theosophy. You know, the religion, and yes, it is a religion. It's the religion that admits the God on the other end of the telly is Lucifer. The religion that admits its goal is to contact and interact with the other side and bring its enlightenment through what they call ascended masters back to the earth. The same religion through these so-called ascended masters blend all known religions into one seamless fairy tale. The same religion that uses forbidden contemplative Eastern meditation to access something they call chakras and the third eye. Hey, wait a minute. Just like the Watchman reports. Hey, never mind. This is the religion that if you do your forbidden meditation, like the Watchman, if you do it right, you will be assigned what they call a spirit guide to direct your path through the realms of, get this now, through the realms of the bad demons and communicate to the other side. In essence, this one admission of learning association explains everything in the oxymoron realms of entertainment all the way down to the very concept of a global world. Would you like me to explain? I hope you said yes. To answer the entertainment part, I need to ask you a question first. Am I the only person to proceed? It makes no difference what movie, sitcom, or cable show you are watching now. All of them, and let me repeat, all of them are dealing with the exact same themes, and in most cases, overlapping themes. But I know, the studio only gives the public what it wants, right? Bullocks! Those days are long gone. Steve Jobs is famous for saying, people don't know what they want until we tell them. Or something like that. Who don't know life imitates art now? just make one of their pop stars say it, do it, wear it, and believe it, history dictates a huge percentage of the population will emulate it. Again, who don't know that? This is why your favorite idol can claim to be whatever religion and do the exact same things, push the exact same agendas, and become one with wickedness, just like a card-carrying Satanist. They are channeling, plain and simple, people, channeling from the same source, moving in the same direction. Just about every $20 million movie star will admit they channel that particular character, spirit, etc. before they go onto the set. And this goes way back before Mae West admitted it. Another reason is because they all went to schools that tell them that they are special for thinking a certain kind of way. And it is their responsibility to conform, mold, mentor others who are special to work for their common goal. What is that goal, you wonder? The free interchange between the humanoids and the fallen high holy ones. And their system of schools we are exposing today is their proving grounds. A modern day Hogwarts of sorts to a particular faction of demons. But I know. 4 quarters and the word of a color don't add up to $1 if the white man don't say it. I got that. Will you do me the honor and continue with me, please? Quote, Anthroposophy is a philosophy founded by Rudolf Steiner that postulates the existence of an objective, intellectually comprehensible spirit world that is accessible by direct experience through inner development. Listen up. More specifically, it aims to develop faculties of perceptive imagination, inspiration, and intuition through the cultivation of a form of thinking independent of sensory experience, and to present the results thus derived in a manner subject to rational verification. Stop! Bingo! I told you. That was just a fancy way to say they are channeling spirits and ideas, and their grades depend on how well they are able to express a manifestation of what they channeled. Listen to it again. Quote, more specifically, it aims to develop faculties of perceptive imagination, inspiration, and intuition through the cultivation of a form of thinking independent of sensory experience, and to present the results thus derived in a manner subject to rational verification. Did you catch it? If not, check this out. Quote, Anthroposophy aims to attain in its study of spiritual experience. Stop! Bingo! Stop! I told you this school was based on the spiritual Hogwarts style of education. Now it starts to talk about their Hitler tie-ins. Remember, people, everything Hitler's Germany was doing back then was not only accepted, but it became the norm in American society. Quote, Anthroposophy aims to attain in its study of spiritual experience the precision and clarity attained by the natural science in their investigation of this physical world. Listen up. The philosophy has double roots in German idealism and German mysticism, and was initially expressed in language drawn from theosophy. Anthroposophy has also been termed, listen up, personal quote, the most important esoteric society in European history. Stop! Wow! Did you hear that? Amazing! To say the most important esoteric society in European history should absolutely blow your mind. Why? Because even though we all have heard various sources that the worst of the heathens were often to the most demonic Enlightenment factions, this admission can only mean those who attended this school are the creme de la creme of European high Gnostic society and a direct conduit for the fallen high holy ones. Their alumni list is a who's who on steroids, 3 and 4 generations deep by this time. Just dropping a couple of names now. Nina Rothschild, Princess Irene from the Netherlands, the kids of Gerhard Schroeder and Helmut Kohl. Both are ex-chancellors of Germany, you know. The CEOs of European companies are too many to count. You got diplomats, economists, mayors, members of parliament, at least 3 former presidents of Germany's federal bank, ministers from Norway, Sweden, Germany, Chile, Canada. Basically, just about every Nephilim in every sphere of industry, commerce, arts, etc. in the world are being raised up via this school and spiritual philosophy in the manner that they should go. Let's continue, please. Under spiritual knowledge and freedom. Quote, anthroposophical proponents, that's anthroposophical, proponents aim to extend the clarity of the scientific method to phenomena of human soul life and to spiritual experiences. Stop! Bingo! This is nothing more or less than what they call becoming an ascended master through channeling, astral projection, etc. You don't believe me, do you? Quote, this requires developing new faculties of objective spiritual perception, which Steiner maintained was possible for humanity today. I told you. The steps of this process of inner development he identified as consciously achieved imagination, inspiration, and intuition. I told you. Steiner believed results of this form of spiritual research should be expressed in a way that can be understood and evaluated on the same basis as the results of natural science. Stop! Hence, why we see them expressing subjects that was once taboo or for the elite's eyes only in every genre and industry on earth now. You still don't believe me, do you? Let's continue. Personal quote. The anthroposophical schooling of thinking leads to the development of a non-sensory or so-called supersensory consciousness, whereby the spiritual researcher brings the experiences of this realm, he's talking about the spiritual realm, into ideas, concepts, and expressive language in a form which people can understand who do not yet have the capacity to achieve the supersensory experiences necessary for individual research. Stop! Bam! Wow! Did you hear that? Amazing! I told you we found Hogwarts. So as you can plainly see, ladies and gentlemen, their mission is to channel ideas, concepts, and expressive language from the dark side. But wait, Miss Rita, take those very same wicked ideas, concepts, and twist it into an expressive language so that those who have not communed with the Sith Lords directly will now have the perception needed to understand the dark predictive program manifestations ahead of time. Evil genius! Again, this is why we see so many movies, etc., with the same overlapping themes. I just perceive something as I write. If the raising up of a child understanding is correct, notice comic books and such dealing with demigods gained their popularity during my parents' era. Hence, the seed was planted. now that they have gotten old and able to return with capital to express their upbringing, check out the movie titles and teleshows in 2016 alone. X-Men, Spider-Man, Thor, Daredevil, Flash, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Luke Cage, Preacher, Iron Fist, Captain America 3, Batman vs. Superman, Deadpool, Doctor Strange, which is the most demonic movie ever, Suicide, Wolverine, even Lego Batman, and all of the Lords of the Ring type movies. This year we will get The Gifted, The Punisher, American Gods, Krypton, The Inhumans, Wonder Woman, Spider-Man 6, another Thor movie, Justice League, and all of the children fantasy movies. My goodness! Remember, each student is trying to express his channeled message. This is why the images in modern movies are so graphic and lifelike. It's because the student has probably seen what he is expressing on the screen. This is the reason hip-hop music, the original B-Boy Roughnecks, have conformed and is as gay as any other entertainment industry. It's because they went to these schools too. What? Prove it? Okay. Big Sean is an alumni. He signed with Birdhead follower Kanye. On the entertainment end, you got famous race car drivers, famous surfers, fencers, Sandra Bullock, Jennifer Aniston, the children of Harrison Ford, Paul Newman, Clint Eastwood, Harvey Keitel, Ethan Hawke, Matthew Modine, Jessica Lange, Uma Thurman, Lisa Bonet, Mackenzie Phillips, Bob Ludwig, look on the back of any album, Cheech Marion, Tommy Chong, Rosie O'Donnell, Sandra Bernhardt, Mikhail Baryshnikov, Lenny Kravitz, James Taylor, Carly Simon, etc., etc., etc. Again, that was just the tip of the iceberg. But let's continue to hear what your favorite icons really believe. Quote, Steiner hoped to form a spiritual movement. Stop. Bingo. Anytime someone strings those words together, spiritual movement, it can only mean it's a cult. And this is a cult that desires to become little gods on earth. A cult that desires to become little gods on earth with a do as thy will understanding. Let's continue, please. Quote, Steiner hoped to form a spiritual movement that would free the individual from any external authority. Personal quote. The most important problem of all human thinking is this. That's it. The most important problem of all human thinking is this: to comprehend the human being as a personality grounded in him or herself. For Steiner, the human capacity for rational thought would allow individuals to comprehend spiritual research on their own and bypass the dangers of dependency on an authority. Stop. Bingo!